on, Stella. Come in here with Hawkeye. Come on. I need you. Get him out here in the sun. And Max got picked up a little bit ago. His family drove here from around the St. Louis area. And I'll post some pictures in a little bit. So puppy-wise, I'm down to Hawkeye, Cade, Stella, and Pablo. And Pablo will be leaving next week. His family is driving here from North Carolina to pick him up. I'm going to start working with Hawkeye in a beginner mini wheelchair this week. I've got to go over to my rescue storage unit to pull one out. But we are going to start that and see how that goes. Had a phone interview for Cade today, and I'll be starting to check their references and doing my follow-up and hope to get them approved. They would be about 8 hours from here in another state and would be driving here to pick him up. So if I get Cade approved, then him and Pablo will both be leaving, which will get us down to Hawkeye and Stella here. We still have Janice, the older bulldog, out in North Carolina. It's a big stick, big boy stick. That big boy stick. There's another one. Here's another stick. I'd have sticks if you're a boy dog. What do you think, Big Oak? Hope's been outside a few times today. I've tried to get him in his wheelchair, but he doesn't want to. So I told him he could just do it his way. Hey, Stella. And if you're just joining, Max's family came and picked him up from the St. Louis area today. And I had a phone interview on Cade. They're about 8 hours from here in another state. And I'll start following up on their references and other checks, hopefully to get them approved. Pablo will leave next week. His family's driving here from North Carolina to pick him up. So we may be getting down to Stella and Hawkeye. Hawkeye's medicine came today, overnighted from Roadrunner Pharmacy. It's a compounded 2-part medicine that's designed to help with his side effects of his hydrocephalus. So we were going to start that today. It got here a couple hours ago. It comes refrigerated and overnighted. So I'm hopeful. We have used it on hydrocephalus pups in the past and had some pretty good success. We're trying to avoid him from starting seizures or having any other complications with his hydrocephalus, which I do think case is pretty mild, but it definitely does impact him. And we'll also be starting to work with him in a wheelchair this week. I've just got to go pull it out of my storage unit. And if you're just joining, I made a few announcements on this video, but I'll post it to my page when it's done. So if you want to go back to the beginning, you can hear what I said. Just some updates on pups and some approvals and pickups. And I see the question on Big Oak. Big Oak's doing really well. He doing really well until today. We tried to reintroduce his UTI antibiotic, which is Clavamox, and about an hour after he had it with food, he threw up. So I texted Dr. Mallard and let him know, and he went back to the culture and found some other options of medicine he could take, and he faxed one into Walgreens Pharmacy, so I'm going to pick it up later. So we're going to try another medicine that the culture says will still work for his UTI. So his tummy's still sensitive. He has been on Clavamox before and never had any trouble. But anyway, we need to get his UTI treated, but we can't because he's had other issues. But he's been acting like his old self. He's drinking good, he's urinating and pooping fine. And he hadn't thrown up in probably, 6 days or 5 days or so. So I'm sure that was the Clavamox that triggered it today. All right, I'll post this video to my wall. There's a few announcements I made towards the beginning and middle of it, so just if you want to hear them, you can listen to it.